Saint Sava, the first Archbishop of Serbia. January 14th, a Serbian prince renounces his royal inheritance to become a monk, later establishing the autocephalous Serbian Orthodox Church and reconciling his warring brothers. A heads up in the spirit of transparency. Please be advised that this content may include the burning of holy relics. Saint Sava, born Rastko Nemanjic, entered the world around the year 1175 as a prince of Serbia. He was the youngest son of Grand Prince Stefan Nemanja, destined for a life of nobility and rule within the kingdom. Yet the path laid before him by earthly inheritance was not the path he would ultimately walk. At the age of 16, Rastko encountered a monk from Mount Athos. The conversation with this monastic deeply affected him. Without informing his royal family, Rastko secretly departed from the court. He journeyed to the holy mountain, Mount Athos, a significant center of Orthodox monasticism. There, at the Russian monastery of St. Panteleimon, he received the monastic tonsure and was given the name Sava. This act marked his renunciation of worldly power and his embrace of the ascetic life, committing himself to God. The example of Saint Sava's monastic commitment later influenced his father, Stefan Nemanja. Grand Prince Stefan abdicated his throne, following his son's example, and also became a monk, taking the name Simeon. Together, on Mount Athos, Saint Sava and the elder Simeon undertook the restoration and establishment of the Hilandar monastery. This monastery grew to become a spiritual heart for the Serbian people, serving as a center for culture and education for centuries. After the repose of his father, Elder Simeon, who was recognized as a saint, Saint Sava brought his myrrh-gushing relics back to Serbia. Upon his return from Mount Athos, Saint Sava found his elder brothers, Vukan and Stefan, engaged in a civil war over the Serbian throne. He carried with him the holy relics of their father, Saint Simeon. Saint Sava intervened in the conflict, appealing to his brothers with the spiritual authority of their sainted father and his own monastic witness. Through his efforts, he successfully reconciled the warring brothers, bringing an end to the conflict and restoring peace to the Serbian lands. At that time, the Serbian Church was under the ecclesiastical jurisdiction of the Archbishop of Ohrid. Saint Sava recognized that for the Serbian kingdom to achieve full stability and to cultivate its distinct spiritual identity, it required a self-governing national church. In 1219, he traveled to Nicaea, where the Byzantine Emperor Theodore I Lascaris and the ecumenical patriarch Manuel I resided after the Latin conquest of Constantinople. Saint Sava presented his petition for autocephaly, which is ecclesiastical independence, for the Serbian Church. His request was granted. Subsequently, he was consecrated as the first Archbishop of Serbia. This act established the Serbian Orthodox Church as an independent body, allowing it to govern its own spiritual life and administration. As the first Archbishop, Saint Sava dedicated himself to organizing the newly autocephalous church. He established dioceses throughout Serbia and consecrated bishops, choosing them from among his disciples. He also oversaw the founding of numerous churches and monasteries, laying the groundwork for the church's infrastructure and spiritual outreach. Beyond his ecclesiastical duties, Saint Sava also compiled the Zakonoprlo, known as the Nomo Canon of Saint Sava. This comprehensive code integrated civil and canon law, serving as a foundational constitution for both the Serbian kingdom and its church. It provided a framework for governance, justice, and spiritual life. Late in his life, Saint Sava undertook a pilgrimage to the Holy Land and the Christian East, visiting sacred sites and deepening his spiritual experience. On his return journey, he reposed in the Lord on January 14, 1236, in Trnovo, which was then the capital of the Bulgarian Empire. His nephew, King Vladislav of Serbia, later translated his holy relics to the Mileševa monastery in Serbia, where they were venerated by the faithful. In a later period, during the Ottoman rule, an act of profound hostility occurred. In 1594, the Ottoman Turkish commander Sinan Pasha ordered the holy relics of Saint Sava to be taken from Mileševa. They were then publicly burned on the Vračar Plateau in Belgrade. This act was intended to crush the spirit of the Serbian people and their veneration for their enlightener. Today, the site of the burning is marked by the Cathedral of Saint Sava, one of the largest Orthodox churches in the world. Built in his honor as a testament to his enduring spiritual legacy and the resilience of the Serbian Orthodox faith.